It is quite something you were able to escape Lilith's control. You wanted to speak?
Leadership
Thank
looks
you.
good on you, Hunter. When did it happen?
Right before we rescued you.
That was fast. They must really value you. I remember welcoming the Suns with open arms and feeling that sense of camaraderie. But I still wonder if I truly belong, you know?
You do know that you still belong here with the Suns, right?
Do I? Sometimes I'm not sure.
You do not need to question it. This is where you belong. And as de facto leader of the Midnight Suns, I want you to know that.
That, means a lot. Thanks. I like the feeling of being part of a big, weird family. One that we both fit into.
As a fellow time-displaced person, perhaps there are some gaps we can help each other with.
Yes, I have a lot of cultural catching up to do.
I have time to field a question, and I'd like to hear about America before it was a country.
Are tavern songs and operas still the toast of the town?
I hate to break it to you, but opera wasn't too popular even in my day. A lot of music from your time became other things. Tavern songs went away with the invention of the jukebox, but parents sing Three Blind Mice to their children to get them to sleep.
They sing what? Three Blind Mice is not suitable for children. That is a grim song about the Queen executing Protestants.
I don't even think I knew that bit of trivia. I suspect the melody is easy to sing and is very catchy.
It is an earworm about wanton capital punishment.
Thankfully, kids don't really grasp that context. Adjusting to a new time is tricky.
We need a support group for people displaced in time.
We used to run one at Avengers Tower on the new moon of every month. I'm sure we'll get one set up again once we stop the prophecy. I'll save you a seat next to Miguel. He drops by from time to time. He's from the year 2099. Nice guy.
You doing okay?
It's nothing.
What is wrong?
I can't play darts anymore.
Why not?
I can't lose. I get the max score every game. I can even pull off some crazy Robin Hood shots. I've tried blindfolds, facing away from the board, and one-finger throws. Perfect score, every time.
You need to find something to replace darts.
Like what?
If physical activity is too easy for you, why not try something different?
Tony always tries to get me to play Go. That's because it's the only scenario where he knows he can kick my butt.
So learn how to play. Beat him at his own game.
Maybe. He's insufferable when he's winning. Always gets under my skin.
Then the game you are really playing is learning not to let Tony under your skin.
That's clever. And it'll freak him out. Yeah, okay. I'll try it. Next time, I want to do something else.
Hey, Hunter. Have you seen Cap around?
Should I be looking for him?
No, this is good. I've been playing pranks on everyone.
Pranks?
You know, jokes. Trying to keep everyone on their toes. Plus, it's fun. I hid Cap's America's #1 dad mug someplace he'll never find it.
What if someone gets upset?
Pranks aren't meant to hurt anyone, Hunter. Good ones, at least. Everything I've pulled with the people here is harmless.
I hope so.
Trust me, I'm not looking to get on anyone's bad side. Maybe just mess with them a little. Plus, a little chaos isn't too bad.
Controlled chaos.
I'll keep it in check. So long as it's simple and in good fun, I'm gonna keep causing a little mayhem.
Keep it fun.
That's the plan.
I want you to know I understand what you're going through. Fighting your own mother's not easy.
It does me no good to think of Lilith as my mother. She is the enemy of all existence. That is more important to me than any bond we once shared.
That's easy to say right now. It's a lot harder when you're looking her in the eyes.
You speak from experience.
It's why we're talking right now. A vampire bit my mother while she was in labor. She turned, I became this. Hunting those bloodsuckers, I always knew I might run into her one day.
And were you ready?
No one's ready for something like that. Listen, all I'm saying is that fighting Lilith won't be easy for any of us. But for you, it's gonna be hell. I just want you to be ready when the time comes.
Count on it.
Did Sarah ever tell you how we first met?
Let me guess. A friendly conversation in a library?
Eventually. But first, we faced each other in the Abbey grounds, prepared to do battle.
I missed the fight of the century?
It was more of a standoff.
Was there much zapping? Did anything explode? Any hellfire pinwheels?
Some zapping, no explosions, and I've never heard of hellfire pinwheels.
My upbringing introduced me to peculiar magic.
Quite. Where was I? Ah, the Abbey grounds. You see, I'd stumbled upon the Abbey despite its many wards. The stink of the Darkhold drew me to your resting place. As I attempted to locate that vile tome, Sarah nearly took my head off with magic as old as the world. She thought me a sorcerous scavenger come to exhume you.
Her opening strikes are rarely evaded. I'm glad her first salvo missed.
As am I. You are both wonderful company. I would hate to have missed out on it on account of death.
So, how did your face-off end?
Agatha arrived, asked why we were standing with arms outstretched like fashionable zombies, and invited me in for tea.
This I can imagine.
One arched eyebrow ended a sorcerer's duel. For all my mystical metal, Agatha was at times the strongest of us all. That wasn't my cup of anything, really.
I document the supernatural creatures I come into contact with. One day, I'd like to publish a book on the subject. I'm writing a query letter to publishers. How does this introduction sound? The dark occult corridors of the world are filled with monstrous creatures. From Atlanteans to were-roosters to the Taker of Heads, I, Blade the Vampire Hunter, have hunted them all, and many others.
Did you say were-roosters?
Don't get tripped on them. How does the sentence flow feel? Is it clunky?
I have some thoughts.
You're hung up on the were-roosters. All right, let's hear what you got.
Who could not be tripped up on were-roosters? What even is a were-rooster?
It's exactly what it sounds like. Humanoid chickens that shoot fire from their mouths.
I would not have imagined fire-breathing chickens.
They were created by the Deathwalkers and sent to kill me. The Deathwalkers also created were-slugs, were-honey badgers, and were-octopi.
Were they pranking you?
I should remove were-roosters from the paragraph. Too distracting.
On the contrary, my imagination is most definitely engaged. Do not, under any circumstance, lose the were-roosters.
I really, really hate the Deathwalkers, but they might make me a best-selling author one day. Thanks for that, Hunter. I think I will keep the were-roosters in the introduction.
Fisticuffs if you remove that nugget of supernatural cockadoodlery.
I'll give you a shout-out in the acknowledgments chapter. But I don't do autographed copies.
You ever notice how pop culture never gets witches right?
I do not know if you noticed, but I am not exactly an expert on pop culture, Wanda.
I know I have. There are old, outdated tropes of witches flying around on broomsticks, turning children into mice with potion-laced chocolate, using glamours to change the color of our hair. Real witches don't just wiggle their nose and get the dishes to do themselves. Real magic comes with a price, and real witches end up paying it. It's not all magic wands and midnight margaritas.
Hollywood's misrepresentation of witches seems to be upsetting you. Maybe you could send them your thoughts.
Hollywood isn't the problem.
But they are contributing to the harmful stereotypes.
Haha, tell that to whoever's in charge of Halloween.
Are there any depictions of witches you do like?
Just the ones that have cats as familiars. Reminds me of Agatha and Ebony.
Something on your mind?
How do you lead people?
Inspiring words, an elevated position, and good sightlines on the shield.
Not you, specifically. In general, how does a leader lead?
That's an easy question with a complex answer. Tell me this, what type of leader would you follow?
I cannot follow anyone unless they do what is right.
Leaders rarely have the full picture. They don't always know what's right in the moment.
No, but when leaders do, it inspires me to do more, to do better.
It's good that you're thinking about this, now that you're actually in charge.
So what does Captain America think I should do?
I found there's no right way to lead, but a heck of a lot of wrong ones.
But there must be ways to rise to the challenge.
The best advice I ever received was, you don't need to be the perfect leader, but you do need to lead.
And how have you led over the years?
I always did what I thought was right. No more, no less.
The right way is often the difficult path. It must have been hard to walk it alone.
It's never easy, but I have faith in my training. I learn from my mistakes and trust the people I'm privileged to lead. See you later.
Yeah, triple shot macchiato with oat milk and some of those thin dark chocolate shavings. Fair trade, of course. Make sure you're writing this down. No big deal if they don't have fair trade.
That is not the usual order. Everything okay?
Sorry, Hunter, there's an apparition in my room. It keeps me up all night by rattling chains and making scary noises.
Caretaker once called your room the Crypt of Demons. It is just a name. That room was a lot of things, but it was never a crypt.
Well, I was going to say it's definitely Robbie pranking me, but thanks for the horrifying new thought. Okay, so my urgent issue. The reason I called you over here.
You said, Hunter, I need help. It is urgent. Come here. Do not ask for a coffee.
Can you please get me a coffee?
I almost sent my astral form to cover more ground.
That means you were trying to ghost me?
I caution against speaking in modern vernacular as it rapidly evaporates from the pool of youthful lexicon. Then magic will say you are uncool.
Unfathomable. According to magic, we are besties now.
Ah, yes. Our last conversation afforded me valuable insight into my current state of being. Your continued confidence and honesty with me have rekindled some of my own belief in myself.
The Sorcerer Supreme is a role only one mortal in a generation can hold.
Fancy titles impress the illusion of rank upon the world, but that's all it is. A name for one who understands much, and yet so little at the same time. I am merely a man with a very useful set of skills who worked to fill a niche.
I will light a beacon every step of the way.
The doubt never crossed my mind. You have my gratitude, Hunter.
Perhaps the Sorcerer Supreme could conjure me up an ice cream cone?
Due to Stark's contractual obligations, I can only offer Avengers-themed flavors. Nobody needs the caloric marvel that is Hulka burning love. A single scoop is a meal unto itself. Hunter, no matter what the outcome of our struggle is, you have not given up on me. That is a bond that carries beyond words and worlds.
Hunter, I've got some questions about vampires that I was hoping Blade could answer.
I have noticed you are very curious about Blade.
He's an interesting guy. Plus, we're both half human, half something else. We have common ground there. What do you think of him?
I believe he called you cool.
What? No way. I mean, I am cool, but not because Blade thinks so.
Explore this more, Carol.
We do not have time for an Apaka romance.
Time is all we have. Use it wisely.
Fine. I'm not great at this, feeling. End-of-the-world situations forge strong bonds. A half vampire, a resurrected hunter, a half alien.
Do not forget the guy whose head routinely catches on fire.
The Midnight Suns are one of the more colorful crews I've run with.
You are more laid back than I expected.
I'm on vacation.
Fighting the mother of demons is vacation?
Okay, I'm on sabbatical. Compared to teaching a bunch of kids, this is vacation.
If you have a wealth of knowledge, you could share it with the rest of us.
Sorry, can't freelance. Promised an old friend. Also my boss, and an extremely powerful psychic who tracks me with his mind.
Are we being watched right now?
Always best to assume. Oh hey, what's up, Chuck? Nah, I'll be here another month at least. Sure. See ya. He, hung up. Sarah never told me you were this fun. I see you've been making friends. That's good.
I am trying.
Just don't take it personally if some folks are a little, rough around the edges.
You are speaking of magic.
I was trying to beat around the bush.
Was she friendly with the other X-Men?
Friendly in her own way, sure.
You must have seen something good in her.
You of all people should know it's more complicated than good or bad. I've known her older brother Colossus for a long time. Magic's been through the ringer. We all have.
But you two got along.
She gave away little bits and pieces about herself over time. I never pushed her. She seemed to like that.
Patience.
Key to any good relationship. I know you mean well. So does magic.
In her own way.
See? You got it.
Do you have any siblings?
No. Why do you ask?
I can't imagine growing up as an only child. I've always had Pietro around.
That is your brother?
My twin, yeah.
It must be difficult to be separated from him.
It is. For as much as I love Nico and magic, no one knows me better than my brother. That's the nice thing about being a twin. You have a built-in best friend from the moment you're born.
You two never argued?
Of course we did. He's super fast, though, so he'd just speed away whenever he knew he was wrong. That made it hard to gloat.
Why is he not here?
Who knows? I haven't heard from him in a while, but I know he's okay. Twin telepathy and all that.
You can read his mind?
No, but I can kind of sense him. It's hard to explain, but just trust me. Pietro's fine.
I hope you hear from him soon.
Me too. For someone who's so fast, he sure is slow to respond.
So I know it's impolite to talk about the demon in the room, but let's talk about the demon in the room. I mean the one in the forge, specifically, not the others that haunt this place. Or my dreams.
Understood.
I know I said I was completely comfortable with that thing before, but I may have lied. Mainly because I thought it was listening.
Oh, it most likely was.
Was what?
Listening.
You're joking, right?
No. There are times I hear it whisper to me, begging to be released. I find the entire thing quite unnerving. Tony?
Ah! Glad we could have this chat. Really eased my mind about everything. By the way, you don't happen to have a pen or a quill, do you? Just want to jot down a few last words in case I get swallowed up by a hellmouth while reaching for some pliers.
You ever have the feeling like you forgot something really important but aren't sure what it is?
You mean such as how I defeated Lilith centuries ago?
I'm having it right now and... Wait. I think... Oh no. Did I feed my cat before I left?
Would it not be easier to simply bring her here? I am sure Ebony would love the company.
Oh, I thought about it. But then I got worried she might like this place too much and swallow it. Oh, I can't believe I did this. I just know Chewy's going to lay eggs on my pillow again.
Wait, what?
So much mucus.
After all that's happened, I find myself most upset about what I left behind in the Sanctum Sanctorum.
And what was that?
A collection of DVDs. I know it's irrational to want them back, but I can't stop thinking of them.
You could buy another collection.
I know, but mine was a birthday present from someone in my past.
What was on your DVD collection?
Old musicals. They brought me comfort during the difficult times in my childhood.
What were they about?
Simple times in a simpler world. I know it wasn't like that, not really. But I always wondered if it could be. Let's do this again soon, yes? Actually, it's my diary. I'm not ready to be reading spellbooks again. At least not yet.
Making a new entry?
I am.
About what?
About you, actually.
I do hope it is an entry about my last victory, crushing Hydra and Lilin bones.
It's actually more about what a great friend you've been to me since I came back. You're the first person since Agatha who believed in me. I mean, really believed in me. So I'm setting it in ink because I never want to forget how you took a chance on me.
Our camaraderie is one that will be retold in the annals of history.
That's the idea. Your friendship means more than you know. Although I'm still not sure I deserve it sometimes.
What makes you say that?
Because I'm dangerous.
But you know that is exactly what makes you a formidable sorceress on the battlefield.
Sure, but it also makes me potentially deadly to my friends. I mean, what if I'm conjuring some spell or hexed some hellhound and accidentally hurt you? I couldn't live with myself.
I am the hunter, slayer of Lilith, scourge of Hydra. I stalk the dreams of the Dark Legion. I am the boogeyman nest mothers tell their little Lilin about when they want to keep them in line.
I don't think nest mothers have baby demons, but the message is clear. Not to mention adorbs.
There's nothing adorbs about me.
I get it. You're as tough as Teflon.
I do not know what Teflon is, but yes, I am as tough as they come. I doubt you could hurt me.
Let's hope you're right. I don't want to be the cause of any more pain for anyone, ever again.
Except for Hydra. It is okay to cause them pain.
Right. They're the exception.
And Shadowhounds, Nest Mothers, lower-level Lilin, and Lilith. Do not forget to hurt them, too.
Okay. I get your point.
I hope so. Because we need you, Wanda. We need you to bring the pain. Just be sure to aim it in the right direction, and you... we all will be fine.
Thanks, Hunter. You make me feel needed, and sometimes that's your own special brand of magic.
We've talked about my claws, but do you know how they work?
I have seen them come out of your hands. They are shiny.
The shiny is called adamantium.
I have never heard of it before.
It's essentially a substance used to make people into weapons.
That does not sound good at all.
What, the claws popping out? That's been happening ever since I could grow a beard. The adamantium came much later.
Someone had to coat them.
Bingo. Now that hurt. Doctor fused the material all over my skeleton, made my claws into weapons, turned me into something less human.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Well, they got what they deserved, and now I've got shiny bones. Gotta see the silver lining. Don't get me wrong, the claws are a part of me. Never hated them.
I needed that.